guys, it's Dana here, and I am in Laguna Beach. I came here for a conference, and I started to really think about some things, because if you followed me for very long, you know that I teach about changing the way we see behavior, changing the way we see our kids, and changing our mindset first before we ever actually try to change our kids' behavior. But today I was thinking about something that I just needed to be really honest with you guys about. And that is that when I was growing up, I thought that no one liked me. In fact, I can remember back to a time when I was in junior high, and I had this idea that all the cool kids would never, ever, ever in a million years want to play with me. Not play, but be around me, right? How many of you guys have ever felt like that? Like, I felt like I was so different than them and such an outcast, and I would never be able to make friends. And then a couple of years ago, actually just last year, I met one of my good friends before I started having these thoughts in junior high. And she said to me, Dana, I don't understand what happened in junior high. In about 8th grade, you just stopped talking to us. You stopped hanging around, you stopped calling us, we stopped hanging out, we stopped going places. Like, what did we do wrong? And in that moment, I realized they didn't do anything wrong. Because my memory and my story was that they didn't want to talk to me. They didn't want me around because I was the odd man out. I was not cute and pretty, and that's the story I told, at least. I wasn't cute and pretty, and I didn't have preppy clothes, and I didn't drive the nicest car, and I was a little bit different and funky, and I dyed my hair pink with Kool-Aid. I was just a little funky and weird. And the story I told myself in my head is they don't want to be with me. I don't fit in with that crowd. And it wasn't until I was talking with this past junior high friend that she said, you ghosted on us. We thought we did something to you. We had no idea what happened. You just stopped showing up for us. Now, why am I telling you this random story from when I was in junior high and when I thought I was less than and not important enough and too different to fit in? Well, because now, today, as a parent, there are days that I'm pretty sure that gets in the way of me being a good parent. I am pretty sure that there are days that I think there's no way I am a good enough parent. There is no way that I am raising you the right way. And I will ghost on my kids. And it's a little scary if we think about it. And if I'm really being honest, I'm also perpetuating those beliefs in my kids. As much as I teach that differences are important and that we have to embrace those differences and we have to celebrate each kid's uniqueness, there are days that I still struggle. This past weekend, I was here in Laguna Beach. I am loving it here, by the way. But this past weekend, I have had to fight so many of those thoughts that I had thought I squashed down, because here I am. I speak to hundreds of thousands of you on a regular basis, and I tell you to embrace your kiddos' differences and love them for who they are and recognize that whatever they're struggling with is actually a superpower. But yet, I have my own struggles that I let own my story, and I let myself get caught up in that moment. So this weekend, I realized that it doesn't have to be that way. We get to choose the story we write about ourselves, about our kids, and if we're holding on to this belief that we were never good enough as kids, that we didn't fit in with the rest of the world as kids, then we are going to believe that about ourselves as parents, and we are going to believe that about our kids when they are different and out of the box and they don't fit any of the freaking parenting books that are at the library. Because I guarantee you, if you are following this page, it probably means that you are quirky and weird and different, and it probably means that you have kiddos that don't fit any sort of mold at all, and you have no clue what to do with them some days. And I am just here to tell you that it is okay. And I want to tell you that you get to decide this story. And step one is just recognizing that you even have those thoughts, recognizing that you have beliefs. And here's the thing, guys, they are beliefs, they are not truths. You get to decide what is true for your life. So the first step that I want everyone to do, you have to do it and you have to post it in the comments, is I want you to take 2 minutes after you turn this off, and I want you to write down what you believe about yourself. Like, what do you deep down believe is true about yourself as a parent, as a friend, as a spouse, growing up? Like, what do you believe about yourself? And then here is the power, guys. You are gonna swap that thought monster. You are gonna turn it around and you are gonna make a new truth that you live by. What is your new truth? What can you write down, put on your mirror, put on your phone, make it your new background on your phone so that you believe it, and so that you can show up for your kids every single day, and you can show up for yourself? Because if we're not showing up for ourselves, we are never, ever, 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 ever gonna show up for our kids. Like, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of our own thoughts. And then to, like, even just one thought that might be coming up right now, oh, Dana, that's so easy for you to say. Like, you've been through this. You're so much further on your journey than me. And, you know more than me. Like, no. Like, I spent this whole weekend crying out beliefs and getting rid of them. And every single day, I am gonna have to force myself to not believe those things. And I'm gonna have to force myself to tell myself different truths. And I'm gonna have to do it about myself before I can ever make changes and change my thoughts about the way my kids are and who my kids are. Because if I don't believe that I'm a good parent, how in the hell, sorry about the language, but how in the HE double hacky sticks am I supposed to empower my kid and make them believe that whatever they struggle with is just the flip side of what they're really amazing at? So it all starts with us. So if you're in, I want you to put in the comments, I'm in, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do the exercise. So if you're just joining, here's a really quick recap. We all have our own inner story that we tell ourselves. And we can get so caught up in that inner story that it affects our day-to-day life. It affects the decisions that we make. It also affects our parenting and our ability to show up for our kids. But the good news is that we get to choose what we do with that story. We get to decide what story we tell. It doesn't matter if your kids have diagnoses. It doesn't matter if you have a diagnosis. It doesn't matter if whatever your background is, you get to decide your story. And so my action item for you guys today is to turn this off in just a minute and go and write down for 2 minutes, set a 2-minute timer, because I don't want you to get stuck there, and write down all your beliefs about yourself and let it flow, like even the really scary ones. But what do you believe about yourself? And then I challenge you to come back here in this comment thread and put one belief and swap it. And if you're struggling to swap that belief, say that. This is a belief that I right now believe is true and I don't know how to swap it. And I guarantee you someone else in the comments is gonna help you swap that so that you can start going forward every single day with this new truth. All right, guys, I cannot wait to help you swap those thoughts so that you can believe in yourself and you can know that different is good and amazing, and also that it's okay to have those thoughts and own them, and then just together, we are gonna do this. We are gonna get through this and we are gonna conquer every single day. Bye, guys.